Welcome back to this episode of Barbie and the Caveman, and today we're going to make something delicious. We're going to make fantasy jasmine rice. Oh yeah, you heard me. It's a fantasy, it's jasmine, and it's rice. What can go wrong? Who knows? Well, I'm sure we'll find out. Now, the way that this becomes really, really delicious is because pineapple's in season right now, and it is so good. If I could make a perfume out of pineapple, I would, but alas, can't. I don't know. So here we go. Now, I went out to the yard, and I'm gonna start with this much cilantro, which if you have it dried, it's probably about a teaspoon of dried cilantro. Now, of course, it's a lot more when it's fresh because, of course, the liquid is still in it. So I am simply chopping what I have. I have rinsed it in the sink, and I'm just putting it in a cooking mixing bowl. Now, you need a cup of whatever greens you have on hand. If it's kale, if it's spinach, if it's whatever, chard. This is a little bit of kale and a little bit of chard that I got out of the garden. So I'm going to, it's got a little bit of parsley in it because I had some I really needed to use. So I'm just going to chop it pretty finely because remember, we're making a rice medley. So you want it to be pretty small so you can incorporate with those little teensy pieces of rice. Here we go. Boom. In we go. So that's what we're working with so far. Just a bunch of chopped greens. Really delicious. Now we're gonna go with the pineapple. Now this is one full pineapple that I cored and then chopped into chunks, and I'm going to use about half of it. Now I'm just gonna cut it out, kind of pour it out on my cutting board and chop it so that the pieces aren't really too big, but that they're kind of fork size, so that they'll stand out a little bit in the rice, but not so much that I have to really work around them. So kind of a really big chunky chop. And here we go. Show you. There you go. And I'm just going to push them into my bowl. Now make sure you really push it into the bowl nicely so that all the juices can kind of drain off your cutting board into what you're working with as well. Now I'm going to take the juice of half a lemon, strain it through my fingers, of course, for the seeds, and compost that baby. Now I have got some jarred sushi ginger. I love sushi ginger. It's so good. I could just drink the juice. It's not good for you, but I could. It just is so wonderful. But if you are really nauseous, say you're in your first trimester of pregnancy, I was so sick with egg, but or say you're starting a new medication, the juice of the ginger really is a great way to tame that nausea. So I'm going to take about this much. So a pretty good chunk. I think when you get it chopped, it ends up being a full tablespoon of the chopped pickled ginger. Scrape it up, throw it in, and of course in my rice cooker I have some of that wonderful rice that I showed you about. Now with the juice, I'm gonna add about half a teaspoon or so. Just just kind of a little bit to really get it nice and flowing. Red pepper flakes. Now this you have to use up to you. I like things pretty spicy, so I'm gonna put in a full teaspoon. I know, Barbie, I know, whoa! But I like things really spicy. I like to sweat. So that's what I'm doing with that. Also, I have just some craisins. This is a brand new pack, and now of course my hands are wet from the ginger. So I gotta really pull them open. There they go. There they go. So I'm just gonna use kind of a full handful of craisins down in there. Now they give it depth, they give it complexity, they give it all kinds of things. And then some roasted and salted cashews. I'm gonna use 2 handfuls of the roasted cashews. Now, I'm not gonna chop them. I am using the whole cashews because it'll be a really nice contrast when you start stirring it into the rice. It gets to be a really great mouthfeel too when you crunch down on one of the nuts and feel the ting and the zing of the ginger and of the cranberry. So, I'm gonna turn this over a little bit with a spoon. Just let it coat itself in kind of all its own businesses. Now I'm starting this right at the beginning of the rice cycle so that it can really sit here for, a good 30 to 40 minutes. So that all the really wonderful flavors here can incorporate. Notice I'm not adding any additional salt because of course the cashews, see here we go. The cashews have a lot of salt baked into them because they are roasted and salted. But I am going to put in some triple medley pepper. This is so good, y'all. You're just gonna eat it and eat it and eat it. It makes a great side dish if you're making a traditional protein for the caveman in your life, or it makes a really great dip if you want to do some Tostitos or anything, little chips, chip triangles, tortilla triangles, anything that you want to serve. It makes a great appetizer, makes a great lunch. If you want a really nice light lunch, it kind of makes its own dressing. If you wanted this on top of a bed of really nice greens out of your garden, it works and it's always fantastic. So I'm gonna let the rice continue to cook, and when it's finished, I will come back and show you the majesty of the fantasy rice. See you soon. Hey guys, we're back. The rice is finally cooked. Yay! So I have a cloth over it to conserve the heat, of course, in it and not burn my hands when I pick it up. So I'm going to, I have my vegetable and fruit mixture here. I'm going to give it a couple of stirs around just to really make sure that all the juices and all the flavors are nicely incorporated. And then using my wooden spoon, I'm going to start layering the rice into the mixture. Oh, it's a fantasy, I tell you. It is so delicious. It smells so good. Oh, and it is so good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna say, oh, Barbie, how did I ever live without this rice? I know, because that's how I felt when I created it. So this is how it's looking as I am combining. And the smell is just intoxicating. It really is just so nice. Oh, it really is. All right, so you can probably get about 3 to 4 cups of really nice fluffed jasmine rice into this dish. Now, if you go much further than 3 or 4 cups, you probably want to make a little extra mango or pineapple. Pineapple is, of course, what we're using for this, but of course, mango works too. It's a very different taste and beautiful recipe all on its own, and that actually gives me an idea for another episode. Yes. So here we go. And here is the fantasy rice. Now, a couple of things you can add to this. If you have some shredded coconut, if you have the unsweetened, you really want to use the unsweetened because it's really a pretty sweet side dish. Add that unsweetened coconut to it. It's really, really great. Also, if you have some coconut milk, say you want to omit some of the herbs and you want to go with a little more sweet kind of dessert, rice pudding feel, then go with the pineapple, some sweetened coconut, and some coconut milk. Oh, it is fantastic, guys. You're gonna love it. But here is this one. This is the fantasy rice. Here you go. Now, it works great as a meal by itself, of course, because it's got all your proteins you need in it. It's complete protein with the cashews and with all the vegetables. So you get a full serving of fruits and a full serving of vegetables, and of course, all you need for a meal. Now, remember, like, share, subscribe. It's great to see you guys, and I'll see you next time on Barbie and the Caveman.